Hey everyone, today we're diving into something that so many of us dog owners think about constantly, that quest for the perfect bowl of food for our best friend. It's a journey that's full of love, the best intentions, and, let's be honest, a ton of confusing information. So let's clear things up.
That's the big question, isn't it? It's probably why you're here. You look down at your dog and you just want to know for sure that you're doing right by them, especially when it comes to what they eat every single day. And for a growing number of people, the answer to that question is definitely not found in a big bag of dry kibble. They're looking at these long ingredient lists full of stuff they can't pronounce, and they're just thinking there has to be something better, something more natural. So what's the appeal? Why are so many people turning their kitchens into their dog's personal restaurant? Well, it all comes down to the promise of what could be in that bowl. It really boils down to a few really powerful ideas. First off, control. You know exactly what's going in. Then there's the quality. You're using fresh ingredients, maybe even human-grade stuff, instead of mystery meals and fillers. A lot of people are also trying to tailor the food to a dog's specific health needs, or, hey, just trying to please a super picky eater. And then you hear the amazing stories, right? People swear their dogs have shinier coats, more energy, the whole shebang. Okay, so when we talk about a home-prepared diet, what does that actually mean? Because it's not just one thing. Let's break down the main options people are choosing. So on one hand, you've got the raw food diets. You might have heard of BARF, which stands for biologically appropriate raw food. The whole idea here is to copy what a dog's ancestors would have eaten in the wild. So uncooked meat, bones, organs, that kind of thing. Then, on the other hand, you have the home-cooked diet. This uses all those same great fresh ingredients, but everything's cooked. It's a lot like making a healthy meal for yourself, just for your dog.
And then there's a third camp, which is vegetarian diets. Now, whether it's for ethical reasons or specific health concerns, some owners are building meals around things like lentils, grains, and veggies. As you can probably guess, getting one of these diets nutritionally complete is a whole other level of tricky. So far, it all sounds pretty great, right? More control, fresh food, happy dogs. But this is where we need to hit the pause button and have a serious reality check, because what you don't know can actually be really, really dangerous. Just let that sink in for a second. All the love you have for your dog, all the time you spend chopping vegetables, none of that matters if the science behind the meal isn't sound. When it comes to nutrition, good intentions, unfortunately, are just not enough. And here it is, the single biggest risk: nutritional imbalance. The simple truth is most recipes you find online or in popular books were not created by actual veterinary nutritionists. Studies have shown they're almost always lacking in crucial nutrients, things like zinc, vitamin E, you name it. But the most dangerous mistake? Getting the calcium to phosphorus ratio wrong. That can lead to really serious, painful bone diseases, especially for a puppy. Okay, risk number 2 is the stuff you can't even see: harmful bacteria. Raw meat, as you know, can carry things like salmonella or E. coli, and let's be super clear about something a lot of people get wrong. Freezing the meat does not kill these bacteria. It just puts them on pause. And this isn't just a risk for your dog, it's a risk for you, for your kids, for anyone in the house, thanks to cross-contamination in the kitchen. But the danger isn't just about what you might leave out, it's also about what you might accidentally put in. So many foods that are perfectly healthy for us are actually poisonous to dogs. Do you know what they are? Okay, lean in for this one because this is so, so important. This isn't a maybe list. This is a never, ever list. We're talking chocolate, onions, garlic, grapes, and raisins, all seriously toxic. And be really careful with xylitol. It's an artificial sweetener that's hiding in more things than you'd think, like some peanut butters. It is extremely dangerous for dogs. And even something that seems harmless, like corn on the cob, is a massive choking and blockage risk. So after hearing all these warnings, you might be thinking, wow, is this even possible to do safely? And the answer is yes, it is. But there's a right way and a wrong way. So let's look at the final verdict from the experts who live and breathe this stuff. This quote from a recent scientific paper really just hits the nail on the head. And the key phrase, the most important part of that whole sentence, is specialized knowledge. You just can't Google your way to a perfectly balanced diet for a dog. It is a very precise science. So if you are still committed to going down this road, here is the only safe roadmap. Seriously, there are no shortcuts. 1, you have to work with a board-certified veterinarian nutritionist. 2, you get a custom formula from them, made just for your dog. 3,
You follow that recipe to the letter. No substituting beef for chicken, no skipping that weird-looking supplement. Every single item is in there for a reason. And finally, number 4, regular checkups with your vet are absolutely essential to make sure everything's on track. Look, that desire to feed our dogs the absolute best thing possible comes from a place of deep love. A homemade diet can be a wonderful thing, but only when all that passion is guided by real hard science. So now you have the information. The choice is yours. What's going to be in your dog's bowls?